attorney. The three respond to the comments made by Congressman John Murtha, and they share their own personal feelings about him. Let's go to John Murtha, Congressman John Murtha.
There was no firefight. There was no IED that killed these innocent people. Our troops overreacted because of the pressure on them, and they killed innocent civilians in cold blood.
When you first heard a United States congressman utter those words, what was your reaction?
I was very upset when he said that. There's no firefight, no IED. You know, Mr. Murtha, go talk to Lance Corporal Terrazas' parents and tell him that he didn't die by the IED. Tell them that there was no firefight. Tell them that their son just randomly died on the side of the road with their vehicle totally destroyed. Tell that to Mr. Murtha and have him go tell that to Lance Corporal Terrazas' parents.
What's your reaction to that?
Sean, I feel Mr. Murtha denied these Marines, my son and the other 6 Marines involved, his Haditha comrades, their constitutional rights. These young men, all our military personnel, are asked to take an oath to support and defend the Constitution in the United States. They do this so that they understand that there is a higher plane here. It isn't the individual Marine. They are fighting for something a lot higher than themselves. Mr. Murtha took this same oath of office, and I feel that he denied my son and these other Marines their constitutional rights of the presumption of innocence.
Is it because the war's been so politicized? In other words, he put his own political agenda and his desire to end this war above giving you and your family and your son the presumption of innocence? Is that what it is? Do you think this is all about politics for him?
I do. I think it is.
Yes, it is. Sure.
Do you want an apology from Congressman John Murtha?
Not anymore. Why? It would be a waste of time, in my opinion. What he said's already been said, and what he's done's already been done, and it's been over a year since it's happened. So, I mean, sorry, but it'd be too late, in my opinion.
Would you like an apology from John Murtha?
I feel an apology would be too late for Mr. Murtha. What I would like to see him do would be to open a dialogue between these Haditha Marines, you know, between my son. I don't think he could ever explain how he could put his individual career, how he could put his political career above the lives of these Marines.
And that's what you feel he did?
Oh, that's exactly what he did. We know he did that. So.
There was a confrontation. A young student had an opportunity with a camera to confront Congressman Murtha.
Now that the murder charges against Lance Corporal Justin Surratt and Stephen Tatum have been dropped in the Haditha incident, or in the process of being dropped, would you like to issue an apology for saying that they killed innocent civilians in cold blood? Justin Surratt and Stephen Tatum, 2 men you accuse of murdering innocent civilians in cold blood. No. The charges in the process of being dismissed. The process of being dismissed.
You know, when you see him saying the trial is still going on, you've already been exonerated in this case. What does that tell you about the character of a man that can't admit that he was wrong and say he's sorry?
Can't answer that.
Yeah.
Sean, I've made 52 phone calls to Mr. Murtha's office, and he returned 1. And during that one conversation, I asked him specific questions, but he was the career politician, and he avoided answering those questions. I was not going to get into a confrontation with Mr. Murtha over the telephone, but what I felt I want to see happen is to someone put him in front of a jury where he has to put his hand on the Bible and swear to tell the truth, and tell us why and where he got this information, why these leaks were coming from Haditha.